Hey everyone, so sorry it's been a little while since our last video. We've been extremely busy, we've been practicing a lot. No excuse, obviously, we should be a little more updated, but videos are going to keep coming in the next couple weeks. I'm here on Lake St. Francis. I'm actually doing kind of, you can almost call it a pre-practice day for the B1. I'm keeping it pretty easy today. I'm just going to be looking for shallow fish, shallow schools of smallmouth, and I'm just trying to locate them and then maybe follow them towards the B1. So I'm keeping it pretty easy today. I'm alone, so you're not really going to get much on-water footage, but I'll try to show you guys as much as possible. Today I'm going to be fishing a few baits primarily. Obviously, our trusty Wacky Rig Senko, fished on a 2-aught Wacky Rig Gamakatsu hook. Fishing a Magic, Sebo Magic Swimmer. This is primarily to throw out, bring the fish so they can show me. Obviously some fish will bite it, but primarily they're just going to show themselves. And then I either throw a drop shot or I throw a Wacky Rig Senko. And if I'm going to be throwing the drop shot, I'm going to be throwing a Berkley leech. Basically, if these shallow sand flat or rock flat fish follow me to the boat, when they take off, I throw a drop shot or a Wacky Rig to them, and a lot of time it's a follow-up bait. Very important when you're fishing for smallmouth. Finesse line, I'm fishing 8-pound fluorocarbon with a 1-aught Gamakatsu drop shot hook. So that's pretty much it. I'll keep you guys posted throughout the day, and hopefully we can nail a couple big ones. Alright everybody, so midday report here. Actually nothing to report. It's getting really discouraging. I actually haven't caught a bass yet. In my defense, I'm still always doing new spots. I haven't fished one place I've ever fished before. Basically, I'm just trying to work shallow flats, and I've seen a couple fish. I've had a couple follow me to the boat, but really nothing worth talking about at all. It's overcast, it's calm, the fish should be absolutely on, but nothing so far, so I'm going to keep going. Fishing's obviously not very easy all the time, so sorry, I'm just looking at a beautiful sand patch here, but I'm going to keep plugging away. I'm throwing a jerkbait right now. I'm trying to cover as much water as possible. I've thrown drop shots, I've thrown Wacky Rig Senkos at nice patches from far and not getting bit on anything. Caught a big 7 or 8-pound walleye again. Drifting deep. I tried a couple of deep spots, but still nothing. So keep you posted. I'm getting into some water that looks a little more promising here, so we'll see what happens. Hey everyone, so my very long day on St. Francis has come to an end. After 10 hours of fishing, I could say that I'm extremely disappointed. This year has been actually really not that great for me on Francis. I mean, we did 19.5 pounds at the Pro Bass tournament, but that could have gone either way. We could have done 12 pounds. So I only caught one fish today. I'm very disappointed with that. My only one fish came off my previous spot that I know that was in 30 feet of water. I was fed up at the end of the day, and after 9 hours of not catching anything, I said, you know what, I need to at least feel what a fish feels like. I actually caught a very big walleye. I caught like a 7 or 8 pound walleye. But in terms of bass, I only got one off one of my deep spots, so at least I could say my deep fish are still there. It's pretty straightforward. I'm trying to do the pattern that I feel is going to win the B1 or get at least a top 5 at the B1, and that's shallow sand flat fishing. I'm covering as many flats as I possibly can. I must have done 8.5, 9 hours of flats today. I did find some really nice stuff. Some transition flats from rock to weed to sand. Beautiful crystal clear sand. I saw some really big fish cruising on it. Problem is I can't seem to get them to bite. I know I'm not fishing them properly. I am fishing them crooked. I'm coming in sideways. I'm landing on the fish. But step one is done. I'm actually locating some pretty good schools of fish. So I need to develop on that. Last year was my first year of kind of dabbling in the sand flats, and I've caught a couple of fish on it, but by no means can I even call myself good at it. I have a hard time. I find I waste a lot of time. I find I fan cast it. I don't really seem to pinpoint what I'm doing. So all I'm doing the rest of my time until the B1, including the official 1 week before the B1, is sand flats 75% of the time, deep 25% of the time. Reason being, I feel like 6 or 7 out of my 10 fish that need to come to the scales for the B1 need to be caught shallow. Obviously, weather can change that. I mean, if we're talking 30-40 wind, more fish might actually come deep, but I feel that the biggest fish in the lake come mid-September to mid-October are actually sand flat fish. So it's no secret, that's what I'm going to be focusing on. I'm going to learn how to slow down, fish it properly, and hopefully come B1 time I could really have a good pattern come B1 time with some really shallow fish and some really big fish. I mean, we've seen over the last couple of years really big fish at this time of the year come to scale, most of them being caught shallow, so we'll see what happens. I mean, if I can land on something deep, even better, but we'll see. So all in all, it was very disappointing. One fish, bad day of fishing, good day of learning, so we'll see what happens. Hope you guys are not too impatient with the lack of videos. Like I said earlier, we've been really busy. Champlain's coming up really soon. We're going to be putting in at least 3 or 4 more practice days, so you guys will get to see what's been going on in the water. And stay tuned, guys. Hopefully things go a little better and the Classic goes great, and then it's B1 time.